Before we get into the video, make sure y'all hit that like button, subscribe if you're new. I mean, come on, what are you doing if you're not subbed to me by now? My content is fire, from stop motions, news videos, reviews, music occasionally. All my social media accounts are linked down below, and now, let's get straight to it. What's up, you guys? Thank you for clicking on this video. So as you could tell by the title, we have some interesting news to talk about here, about some descriptions from leakers that have seen images of these figures and that are able to buy the figures. A day or two ago, some of the leakers like Pixel Master and Praxis, they gave us some descriptions on the Deluxe Class animated Bumblebee, Voyager Class animated Optimus, and there's a little bit of an update on how we might be able to see Cyberverse Windblade a bit sooner as well before Hasbro's official reveal. It might leak out similar to how animated Bumblebee and Optimus will soon too. But the first thing I have to show off here is that Pixel Master, he posted this sketch of animated Bumblebee, the Deluxe Class figure, what it's basically going to look like. So what we could tell from this sketch, I wish we could just see an image of the figure instead of somebody just posting a sketch, but that's besides the point. From what we could tell by the sketch, it's a pretty dope Bumblebee design. I mean, it looks like animated Bumblebee. It's not bad. It's not too G1ified like it was with, I'm using air quotes here, Prime, Bulkhead, and RC, and Knockout. It's not that bad. So far, the animated stuff has been pretty good in terms of, finding that balance with the designs. Prowl came out pretty good. I have that figure, and seems like Bumblebee will too. But again, we don't have the figure just yet, just this image and some descriptions, which I am about to read. One thing about Prime here, Praxis, he saw an image of him along with Bumblebee, but I guess he said it was like the Optimus figure was headless and it was more so behind the Bumblebee figure, so he didn't really get a good look at it. But somebody asked him here, what does Prime's face look like, plate or no plate? And Praxis replies with, the photo I saw was just him behind B with no head and all black axe. So I'm assuming they're still being made. So odd they're making Unifigures early unless they're about to show them off for PulseCon. It's pretty much confirmed by now, I think, that PulseCon, which I believe is late October, so like a month and a half from now, they're going to be showing off all of Legacy Wave 1 next year, and we're probably going to be seeing the official poster, which will probably reveal our Titan figure and Commander figure, so that's going to be an exciting time. But so he didn't see much of Optimus, but he does say that he saw an all-black axe. So we already know now that one of his accessories, or his only accessory, is going to be his axe, which is very iconic for animated Optimus, obviously. So that's good to know, at least. And then another leaker, I guess, sort of joins in on this conversation, and Praxis asks him, I couldn't really tell, but can you tell how the feet fold up if they're Fox? He's referring to the Deluxe Class animated Bumblebee. And the leaker responds with, it's surprisingly difficult for me to tell, but it looks like the real car bumper makes up the heels on the figure. It looks like some decently complex engineering to get the legs into place, though. So that's good to hear that the engineering is at least complex, because this Bumblebee figure is supposed to be pretty short from what we've heard. It's supposed to be around the same height as the Earthrise Cliffjumper mold, so take that as you will. I know some people don't like paying Deluxe Class price for mini-bots, but the way I look at it is, if you get it as a Deluxe rather than a Core Class, it's a much more solid built figure, better plastic, less hollowness, better transformation, better look of the figure, and it's a little bit taller than what we would get for a Core Class mini-bot. So I'm all for Deluxe Class mini-bots, and I don't mind this animated Bumblebee being a little bit shorter than, say, the new animated Prowl that just came out. But in terms of the Fox parts, with how small the Bumblebee figure will be, I don't know how well they're going to handle that, but it seems like they did pretty well here from what the leakers are describing. So here's hoping that actually turns out good for the majority of us, because, it's just a couple people here with their opinions. It's not most fans, so we don't know just yet until we see for ourselves. And people are talking about the Cyberverse Windblade figure, how leakers have it in hand, and one of them actually says, "I'll be able to say for sure in a few days when she arrives and I get to see pictures." This was in remarks to somebody talking about how cyberversey this Windblade is going to be, like what the balance is going to be between it being G1ified and it being from the Cyberverse cartoon. I'm hoping it turns out really good and it's more so like just a generalized Windblade with some Cyberverse elements to it, sort of like Shadow Striker. It's a little bit interesting and sort of odd to me that we're getting so much Cyberverse representation in Legacy United, which I'm pretty sure it's going to be called, before even more Armada characters, more Cybertron characters, Energon, Beast Wars, Beast Machines. Like, I would assume that characters from all those shows would be first before Cyberverse, because that is like the most recent cartoon that just ended like a year and a half ago. So, but hey, that opens up the possibility for Earthspark figures to be represented in Generations once that show ends, and I'm assuming like a year or two from now. So I guess it's got that going for it, but I just wish we got more Unicron Trilogy or Beast Wars Deluxes before all these Cyberverse figures that we're going to be getting within the next year. Shadow Striker, Windblade, Chromia, and I think there's one or two other Cyberverse characters that I'm forgetting about maybe. Hey, it's a new Windblade, new Chromia, new Shadow Striker. I can't really complain too much. And Praxis describes animated Bumblebee's accessories. He says it comes with 2 thrusters and a stinger, and the light on his roof is clear. The other leaker makes a correction here. He says 2 stingers, actually, though they're really only useful when pressed together since the ports on the arms are at an angle, but the thrusters apparently have 3mm ports, so they are blast effect compatible, and the stingers have 3mm pegs, so the stingers and boosters can combine. Sounds pretty good to me. It seems like there's a lot of options with combining the weapons at least, but it doesn't sound too good for the look of the stingers if you want to have them just individually on each arm without them combined. So hopefully that looks better than what the leakers are describing, but who knows. And then somebody asks, what color are Bee's windows? And the leaker replies with completely clear, no real tint that I can see. The boosters are also clear with silver details. However, the siren is clear red and the stingers are clear blue, also with silver details. So not too bad in terms of the clear plastic and the details for the weapons. It's very more so toy accurate from the original Deluxe back in 2008 rather than the show, because I think, well, no, the stingers were like clear blue with silver highlights, but I think the boosters were actually yellow with, I think, either black or silver highlights, or maybe both colors. So they're definitely taking more inspiration from the original Deluxe class toy. And in terms of the clear plastic windows, I know it's a little bit of a division with the fandom with this topic of, you know, the clear plastic windows on figures. I used to be all for the clear plastic windows until I got older and I realized how unsustainable clear plastic parts are when it's used in that fashion. It just makes the figure weaker. It ruins paint matching in car mode, specifically on yellow characters for whatever reason. Clear plastic is way less durable than actual solid plastic. I don't know why Hasbro just uses solid plastic and paints the windows on. I mean, these are characters from cartoons and comic books. They don't have realistic looking windows. They have blue windows, black windows, gray windows. It's not clear plastic windows. And the other big issue I have with clear plastic windows is, I mean, you got that for some realism, but if you want some actual realism, there should be, you know, car details within it and not just a bunch of robot junk stored inside of there. Like, that's all you see when you have clear plastic windows, and it's just a complete eyesore, and I just hate it, especially if you're, you know, sort of like a professional photographer and stop motioner who does this for a job like how I do and thousands of others out there. When you're thinking of stuff like that and how it looks on camera, it just doesn't look good, you know, as opposed to either tinted windows, like really, really tinted, or if you do car details within it that so it doesn't look bad, like what they did with the recent Armada Optimus. Or, like I said, just solid plastic with painted windows. But whatever, they're going to be clear, and I'm going to have a little bit of a problem with that. But yeah, guys, that's pretty much all the updates for some of the new Legacy United figures. I'm sure we'll be seeing leaked pictures of these figures in the coming days or weeks or whatever, leading up to, what is it called, PulseCon or HasCon or whatever, in like a month and a half, late October. So it's going to be pretty exciting times to discuss Legacy United, the third year, 2024, 40th anniversary of Transformers. It's going to be crazy, guys. So many cool figures and characters getting redone next year, and I cannot wait to discuss it with you all. But yeah, let me know down in the comments below, what do you guys think about these descriptions for animated Bumblebee and Optimus. And yeah, thank y'all for watching. I'll catch y'all in the next one. Bye.